Hi TCA, this is Mindy Wheat and I want to teach you some more letters using the multisensory approach. So first we need to do some review. I'm going to do some review using the cards and then I'm going to review some sounds and I'm going to expect you as a student to do some of the writing of those letters at home. So first let's review the cards that we know. Consonants. Oh, and boys and girls, make sure you are doing this not only by looking but that you're also using your hands. I really need to make sure you are using your hands to review, because if you are sitting there and you're only looking and listening, it's a simple memory that can fall apart. But if you're looking, listening, saying, and doing it with your hands, you have a really, really strong memory that's harder to pull apart. So I need you to see what I'm doing. I need you to listen to yourself and myself, and I need you to say it, and I need you to do it. So let's get started. Consonants close the mouth. The sound is blocked or partially blocked by the tongue, the teeth, or the lips. L, lion, L. F, feet, S, sock, S. C, carrot, K. D, donut, D. G, goggles, G. Vowels. Vowels, your mouth is open and voiced, and the sound is continuous. It just keeps going on and on and on. O, ostrich, ah. It's like a doctor checking your throat. Ah. A, apple, ah. It's like a baby crying. Ah. Don't say wah, just ah. The mouth should stay still. It shouldn't move. Ah. Good job, boys and girls. So we reviewed the cards. Now we need to review the sounds. I'm going to say a sound, and I want you to write it at home. You can use highlighters to write on a piece of paper. You can write on a whiteboard. You can write in sand, whether you're out in the sandbox, or I even have some colored sand here on trays that are pretty fun. You can find and order those online. Or you can even use magnet letters to pull out and say that's the sound I'm talking about. Okay, so let's review. I'm going to say some sounds and I want you to write the letter down. Stop and pause the video until you are ready and have all your materials and ready to write. Okay, you ready? What letter makes the sound? Write the letter that makes the sound, as in feet. Write the letter that makes the k, as in carrot sound, or k as in cat sound. There are two letters that make the k sound, but so far we have only learned one letter that makes the k sound. What makes the k sound? G, g. What makes the g sound? Write the letter that makes the g sound. G as in goggles or goat. L. What makes the L sound? L as in lion or lamb. What makes the S sound? What makes the S sound? S as in sock or snake. D. What makes the D sound? D as in donut. D as in dog. What makes the ah sound? What makes the ah sound? Ah. What makes the ah sound? Good job, boys and girls. If you wrote it down on a piece of paper, I will show you the order that I did them in and you can check. If you did it in the sand, the only way to check is to have a parent that's listening check it with you. The first one was F. The next one was C, G, and again you should have written it like this. This is a fancy G. L. Then the next letter was S, D, and then the last two ones were A and O. I hope you got them all. If you want to review one more time, you can, but it is totally fine because every day we're going to start reviewing the cards and the sounds. So let's learn our new sound. It's been a while. So, what sound is heard at the beginning of all of these words? If, itch, it, inch, iguana, ill. There's a lot of words. What sound is heard at the beginning of all of those words? Listen again and repeat after me. That might help you. If, it, itch, iguana, inchworm, ill. Could you figure out what sound was heard at the beginning? Did you hear I? If you couldn't hear it, try listening to it again. Rewind this tape and listen again. But we're going to move on. So if you heard the I sound, you are correct. What letter do you think makes the I sound? It's the I. You're totally correct. This is the I. The I looks like this. It's got a line and a dot right above it. Our cards have this fancy little mark on top, and that's just to distinguish this vowel sound from other vowel sounds, because there's a lot of sounds that this one letter can make, but today we're learning the most common sound, and that is I. I like to say this is the itch sound, like the itch, because itch is a very clear I sound at the beginning, because there's a clear separation between the I and the ch, whereas igloo, because sometimes it morphs into the G sound. So, but for a review, we're still going to use igloo. Now, let's see. What is our mouth doing? Is our mouth open when we say this sound, or is it blocked or closed somehow? Say it. Eh. It seems like the tongue is blocking it, but if you notice, there's an opening right in the middle where I could almost stick a straw. Eh. You see how it gets kind of dark right there? So that means there's an opening. It's squeezed up, so it's not as open as ah, but it is an open sound. Eh. See right there? It's open. Eh. Look at a mirror and look at your mouth when you say eh. Good job. Is it voiced when we say it? Eh. It's vibrating right there. I can feel it. Can you feel it? Can you hold it on forever and ever and ever? You got it. It's continuous. It goes on and on. So if a sound is open and voiced and continuous, it has to be a consonant or a vowel. Which one is it? It has to be a vowel, because vowels open our mouth and the sound is voiced. So this card is going to go behind the vowels, and we're going to review it next time. But first, before we end, we have to learn how to write it. It's so important that we write this letter correctly. Last time, we learned how to do the L. And when we did the L, we learned that it goes... Last time we learned the L, and we learned that it goes from top to bottom. When we're writing, we tend to often go top to bottom. So we want to start at the tip top of the tree. We don't want to start in the middle. That's not where we start an L. We would start up at the top. But an I, we do start down here. So when we're doing an L, we go top to bottom here, just like that, and we don't go into the root. But an I, we go top to bottom, but we're only staying in the trunk of the tree. So again, you're going to go top to bottom, and then you're going to go back up to the top, and you're going to do a dot. It should just be a dot. You don't want to go around and around and around and around. That's a circle. So you're going to go top to bottom, dot. Good job. Now let's try it with skywriting. So I want you to put your arms straight out, strong, don't bend it. And we're going to say it and do it. And make sure you're looking at the letter. I, down, dot. Name the letter. I, down, dot. Do it again. We have to do it 3 really good times. Name the letter. I, down, dot. Name the letter. I, down, dot. Good job. Now we need to do it on our tracing paper with a highlighter. So if you haven't already, make sure you click the link right above this video and print out this paper that has the I so you can trace it at home. If you haven't done it, pause this video and start it up when you're ready. Okay, so if you have your tracing paper ready, show me ready position by putting your hand that does not hold the pencil down, holding the paper so it doesn't get wrinkled when you're doing the stuff. That's ready position. The other part of ready position is getting your finger in the starting spot. For an I, you start right at the dashed line right at the top of the trunk of the tree. So get your hands ready. Name the letter I, down, dot. Name the letter I, down, dot. Make sure you're saying the strokes of the letter. All of the stuff that I'm saying, you need to be saying, that I keep repeating. Name the letter I, down, dot. One more time, really good. Name the letter I, down, dot. Now get out your highlighter of any color. Take the lid off. Make sure your lid is not in your hand. Get in ready position with the highlighter right on ready position. Name I, down, dot. Name the letter I, down, dot. Name the letter I, down, dot. Good. Now come on over here and do one really good letter. I, down, dot. Good. If it was really good, go ahead and give yourself a smiley face or a star. If you need to practice one more time, you can scooch it on over and practice again. Down, dot. Make sure you are not doing a down and it needs to be sitting right here on this line right here. If you did it up here, it is floating too high, and over here it's flying way high above the line that it should be. It shouldn't be anywhere above that. Also, the dot is a dot. It is not a big circle, okay? Because that gets a little too crazy. We want to be able to write quickly, and we can write quickly when we go down, dot. Good job, boys and girls. Once you have mastered it on the big tree paper, practice it also on the little tree paper, and also practice writing all your other letters on this paper. Make sure the letters are smooth, where your hands can write them without stopping and being really jumpy. You also want to make sure that the letter is written correctly, that it's in the right spot on the line. It's not too big, it's not too small, it's not sinking, it's not flying or floating. We want it sitting right on the right lines. And you also want to be able to write one letter right after another. So keep practicing those letters. Parents, if you want to, go ahead and say some sounds and have your students keep practicing writing the sounds. Have them name a letter and have them practice writing the letter. Have them read the cards that you have made at home. And you can also make words using the letters we have learned so far. If you look above, there's a list of some words that you can do based on the letters that have been learned so far. Thanks a lot for listening and keep working.